Hey yo, what is up, Illuminati Madden League? Bradley here with your next installment of the Illuminati Weekly. Those of you who are tuning in, thank you so much. Those of you who have consistently been tuning in, I appreciate it. If you have not liked, subscribed, and all of those other things, do that and leave a comment. Do all the things that you're supposed to do. It's appreciated. It's appreciated. But yeah, we are back at it with another Illuminati Weekly. The Illuminati Mana League is a PlayStation 5 media driven CFM with daily content and weekly videos. Uh, um, yeah, there is a chance we may be launching a second weekly show this week. If not this week, it will be, I think, for sure next week. But for sure, probably tomorrow, maybe we'll have an official announcement out on that. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, we are a PlayStation 5 media driven CFM. We are affiliated with a couple different CFM servers. We are affiliated with League Crawler. Shout out to Knives over at League Crawler. We are affiliated with Team Fix. We actually kind of run the show over there pretty much. Team Fix is a collection of kind of elite CFMs within the space. And Team Fix is all about trying to come behind the elite leagues and empowering them and being a tool for them. And we are also affiliated with Madden Core. Madden Core is the largest CFM server on the Discord. We are a Diamond League over there, which is the highest tier league that you can be over there. So cool. I hope everybody has had a great week. It has been an eventful week here for us in the Illuminati. I'm very pleased with how this week has operated. There are so many good things going on within the league. Like, it's hard to like if I wanted to go through and kind of highlight everything that is good about the league, like I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it. There are so many bright points in the league, and this first season for us has been just so incredibly successful. And it continues to get better and better, and our position continues to get better and better. Um, an area of concern that I did have with us being a new league, you're going to have a high turnover. Like that comes anytime with a new league, and we've already replaced a ton of people. The goal for kind of like this first season and a good part of this first cycle has to be building our core of owners for the long term, and I feel like we are doing just that. I feel like we are doing a very good job at establishing our core of owners. Um, I feel like we were kind of running into an issue where, like, we were having so much turnover that we really depleted our reserves. Like, I say that in one breath, but in another breath, like, our waiting list has never been below 20 people. But like you get so many people on the waiting list, like everybody just kind of meshes together, and like it's hard to find someone who sticks out. Um, this past week, though, we've had a high influx, like additional influx to our waiting list, and at this point, it's well over 30 people. And like it's well over 30 people, and there are quite a few guys that I want to get in the league. Like legitimately. If I was to put like if I was to put together like a top 10 list of like the best owners I've ever had in the league, legitimately, the guy I would place at number one is currently on our waiting list. So, and then we also got Daring Daring ready to get back in. So, like right there, are like two guys that like yeah, those are probably our next two locks for guys on the waiting list. But we've even beyond like those two guys that jump out to me right off the bat, we have we've got a handful of other guys as well. that like I look at them and it's obvious that if we bring these guys in, we're in a better position. And like I've already been reaching out to some of the inactive guys in the community saying, hey, come off season, we're probably going to be replacing some inactive owners. But like, even saying that, I don't feel like there are too many inactive guys. Like, I feel like for the most part, like almost all of our guys are active. There are a couple guys that recently got teams that they got their teams and then they kind of ghosted somewhat, right? We kind of hit a point where when I mentioned we were having so much turnover, where the waiting list really thinned out, and like at that point, like I feel like a lot of like we like I don't know what it was. Like we hit this like space and like we were boom, 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 replacing people right and left. We replaced a crap ton of people, and there was a high influx of new guys, and a handful of them kind of ghosted a little bit. But I feel like for the most part, like almost all of our guys are at least somewhat active, right? And I feel like even like you're always gonna have like in whatever league you're in, like you're gonna have your active guys, and then there are gonna be guys that just play games. Honestly, like if you're here just to play a game, like I would legit ask that you give your team up, and we'll find somebody else who's not gonna just come in and play games. Like we need to establish an active core. Like we can have all the content in the world, but I mean, if we don't have active guys, and like the content's just dead noise, right? But yeah, like overall, I'm very pleased with the core that we do have. I do see like things that I'm like, that's not good. Like I don't like to see that. For example, like when I look at the Game of the Week channel, like that's an opportunity to get like free bits, and there's a high volume of owners that don't engage in that at all. Like I don't get that. I don't get that at all. Like maybe I should bump the Game of the Week channel to like the top of the server. We might try it. I think we're gonna try that next advance. See if that generates kind of more involvement there with that. So we'll give that a try. But I'm kind of just rambling right now. We have a couple things on the bucket to talk about. The first thing that I want to talk about is a truth that a lot of people probably don't want to admit. And that is that Madden 23 is rigged just like the NFL. The NFL is 100% rigged against my Bengals. It is totally rigged against my Bengals. The NFL was out to get my Bengals last night in the AFC Championship. Like, this is known. It is facts. Like, the NFL, like, they screwed the Bengals. They screwed the Bengals. And just like the actual NFL screwed the Bengals, EA screwed me today. EA screwed me and my Bengals today. We should have won. We should have won.
This is.
Hang on. Okay, here we go.
Sorry, recommit.
What? Just watch this. It speaks for itself.
Oh boy.
That's my commit.
I mean,
Bradley
I
runs
feel
out
like
of
we should've
prevent
just taken a
defense.
field goal.
That's what I was
You're
saying.
foul. You're foul.
Oh,
Recommit.
All right,
I did.
guys, come on.
Let's
come out.
Press
and field goal
R1 and
block.
it's
That's a safety.
it would have.
Rah!
But the NFL's rigged. The NFL's rigged. Did they
What?
give it to you? Oh, they did give it to you.
Don't get
What is going
Why
on?
did it say safety, but didn't give you? It said safety,
What?
but didn't give you.
What the heck?
No.
Oh my God! This game!
It said safety, but it didn't.
That's-
Somebody clip that.
that's
Somebody clip
the
that. Somebody
bug.
clip that. Somebody clip that. Somebody clip that.
I'm telling you, this game is rigged. This is rigged. This is.
Let's
Goal line him back.
recommit. Sorry, recommit. Let's recommit here.
The clip spoke for itself. The clip spoke for itself. This game is rigged. It's rigged. I got a safety, right? Like that was 100% a safety. 100% a safety without a shadow of a doubt. And Madden said, no, we're not going to give you the safety. Tough crap. Like legit, it's a safety, but you can't have it. because you are the Bengals, and the world is out to get the Bengals. It's just what it is. And you know what though? Like I'm not gonna take it. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. And I guarantee. I'm making a guarantee right now. This guarantee, you can mark it down. This is a guarantee that I don't think I have ever made. I don't think I've ever made this guarantee, but I'm gonna make this guarantee right now. Like, this first season for me in the Illuminati Madden League has been an absolute disaster. The absolute disaster, though, is not going to continue. We're going to turn this ship around, and I promise you, by the end of this cycle, right? By the end of this cycle, my Bengals will be in the playoffs. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. This is the truth. This is the way. Just like how in real life, the world is out to get the Bengals. The world's not going to win. The world's not going to win when Joe Burrow is going to lead us back to the Super Bowl next season. And when he does, we're going to win it all. And just like how the IRL Bengals are going to like respond to the world being against them, I'm going to respond to Madden being against me. We just gotta figure out how to kick a field goal. Oh my God, that's another thing. Yeah, we're not gonna go into that. This game is rigged. Yeah. We have a couple things on the agenda to discuss today. We're gonna take some time to look at what was it, the week 15 game of the week between Jay Dizzle and King Nelson. We're going to talk about that. It was done on League Stream. We commentated it. We're also going to talk about Jay Dizzle a bit. But before we get to that, I want to take time to look at one division in particular. I think while we're in regular season, right, each time we do an Illuminati Weekly, I'm going to take one division and we're going to look at that one division, right? We'll just kind of do a different division each week. Our next Illuminati Weekly will probably be a playoff edition. So we probably won't be like, okay, we're going to look at this division this week, but in future Illuminati Weeklies, we're going to take a division each week and look at it. When we look at things right now, though, probably the division that I am most interested in, right, is, let's see, I'm going to try, oh my God, I tried, what am I doing? Oh my God, I think I'm going to, like, download, like, get, like, a Daddy Leagues or something, because I hate using my Madden for this. Come on, let me zoom in on that. God, I hate this. All right. The NFC West is a division that I'm curious to see how it finishes out. In the NFC West, we've got the Rams. The Rams recently got a new owner, and tonight that owner was replaced, so we'll be bringing in a new owner there for the Rams. So there's been quite a bit there's been a bit of turnover there with the Rams. It's a team that we need to establish a core owner on. Should have someone locked down by tomorrow night before we advance to the next advance. I do have DMs out right now for a potential fulfillment, like new owner for that. So we'll see how that goes. If that person doesn't pan out, I think we got someone else lined up. So we should have a solid owner in there before next advance. We also have Wally in at the Seahawks. Wally was a recent late addition. I'm not sure how he's done so far. Let's hop over and look at the schedule here. I don't know if that win there was from Wally or not. I'm not sure the exact date, exactly he joined. It looks like he has taken a couple of losses though here lately. So played WV George in the previous advance, the previous week in week 15, and then in week 14 he took a loss to H Coke. And both of those guys are high quality opponents. Before H Coke, it was Julian. So it's been a tough schedule. He's got Kansas City this week. I think that game will probably be a sim. Then he follows up with the Jets. That'll be a tough game. And then the mysterious, we don't know who the Rams will be in week 18. Honestly, I probably don't expect much effort from Wally through the rest of this season. I think his season might be done, and I think he's coasting. Wasn't really much effort in scheduling his current game with Kansas City. The thing to watch though with the AFC West that makes it an interesting race is these two teams here, Arizona and San Fran. Arizona is a team like the Seahawks and like the Rams that we've had a hard time establishing kind of like the guy that's going to be our Cardinals owner. I think we might be on our third or fourth Cardinals owner, to be honest. I'm not really sure. The current Cardinals owner has done a good job at getting his games in. And saying he's done a good job at getting his games in, I believe most of these wins here are from him. I don't know the exact day he joined. I do believe that this Chargers game here was him. So I know at least the last 3 were him. Looking back over the last 2, he had Aaron in week 15. Cake win. He had Patriots in week 14. That game, I'm not sure if that game was actually played or not. I'm not sure which Patriots owner that would have been because we recently brought in new Patriots. The week 12 game, though, against Julian, I believe that this was the Cardinals owner, Quanson, who played this game. And it's a big win. Like, that's a win over Julian, who is one of the best players in the AFC. And we'll touch more on that later. Spoilers, he did beat Jay Dizzle today, so the wheels of the Dizzle train has been knocked off. Let's take a look at the stats from this game. Herbert went 13 for 21, almost 62%, 304 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Kyler Murray, 16 out of 28. For 57.14 completion percentage. That 57.14 completion percentage is definitely lower than what you want to see. There's also 3 interceptions, so that's definitely a point of concern. Did a very good job at running the ball. 14 attempts with Knight for 129 yards, 5 attempts with Kyler Murray for 76 yards. Jerry Jeudy had 100 through the air. The Murray in the pocket seemed to be a bit inconsistent here in this game, but in the end, he got the win, a win over Julian, and that's a pretty big deal. That's a statement win, if you ask me. After that game with Julian, though, the schedule got soft. Like, he had Patriots, and then he had Aaron. Gearing up through the remainder of this season, right? And remember, the Cardinals only has a 2-game lead right now. Through the remainder of the season, he's got BKO and the Buccaneers this advance. And then he's got Debo or Cool Under Fire in week 17, which is going to be a tough game because Cool under fire, relatively new to the Falcons here in the league, but he is an amazing player, multi-time Super Bowl champion in other leagues. So he's going to bring it, and then he rounds the end of the season out by going to San Fran to play the division rival that is down 2 games. I legitimately think there is a really good chance that Quanson drops both of these games. I think there's a really good chance that Quanson loses to BKO and Quanson loses to Cool Under Fire. This isn't a knack on Quanson, to be honest. Like, I don't know anything about Quanson. Like, I all I know is looking at these stats. I've never seen him play, right? I've never seen Quanson play. But I have seen BKO play, and I have seen Cool Under Fire play. These guys are the cream of the crop. They are the best of the best. And like they are guys that I typically would not root against. So you're putting this unknown, against these guys that I normally won't root against. Like, who am I going to take? Am I going to take the unknown, or am I going to take the guys I know? Like, I'm going to take the guys I know. I think there's a good chance BKO and Cool Under Fire both win, and that would mean that what would it be? 8-8. That means that Quanson could potentially go to San Fran at 8-8. The issue with this is San Fran is 6-8. So the big question is, what does San Fran's schedule look like over these next 2 weeks? Popping down to his schedule, he's got SME. That game should go down tomorrow night. Listen. Like, I love Smee. Like, Smee is amazing. As a person, Smee is amazing. As a Madden player, I think Smee is the definition of inconsistent. I think he is an incredibly smart Madden player. He knows everything there is to know about the game. He knows. He's brilliant at the game. However, like, I don't know what it is, right? Like, some guys just got that clutch gene when it comes to Madden, Like, I don't feel like Smee has the clutch gene. I don't feel like Smee has that it thing. You know what I mean, right? So I don't know. What about so I'm like putting, like, Smee's in this like weird position where he's this incredibly smart player, but he lacks the clutch factor, right? What about WV George? WV George, the San Francisco owner. I think WV George has massively underplayed this season. I think he is a playoff caliber team. Looking at his schedule, he lost to the Bears. The Bears has had a huge run. He lost to Seahawks in week 2. I don't even remember who the original Seahawks owner was. Beat Aaron, and he should. He beat the original Rams owner, and he should, because that guy was awful. Lost to H-Coke, which is a Super Bowl champion in other leagues. Lost to Atlanta. I'm not sure who the Atlanta owner was then. He lost to Kansas City. Nick is a highly praised competitor. Lost to the Rams. Like, I don't know if this game was actually played. I think I still have Madden up. Let me see if I still have Madden up. It says I've been kicked. Let me pull it up real quick. Hang on. Let's see if that game was actually played. Schedule. Team schedule. What am I doing? Commanders. No, not Commanders. What the heck? What is the team? 49ers. All right. Okay, it says he won that. What am I looking at then? Oh, here it is here. Wait, what the? Oh, okay. I'm looking at the wrong LA team on the other screen. All right, let's switch back to Neon. You know what? No, the PlayStation had way better presentation on this. So, all right, all right. Yeah, let's just stick looking at this on the PlayStation. So he lost to Jordan. Jordan is, I think, like a 10 or 11 win team right now. Lost to the original Seahawks. Don't remember who it was. Beat Aaron, and he should. Beat the original Rams, and he should because that guy was awful. Lost to H. Cook, which is a Super Bowl champion, I believe, in other leagues. Lost to the original Falcons. Don't even remember who that was. Lost to Nick, a highly praised competitor. Beat the original Rams, as he should. Lost to Julian. Julian is a multi-time Super Bowl winner in other leagues. I don't know who the Cardinals owner was here, so. Excuse me. I think this would have been Lycan that he lost to here. That's a little bit concerning. That's a little bit concerning to me. Lycan is a guy that every time I've been around Lycan, he's always struggled as a player. He seems to kind of have things a bit more figured out than what he usually does. So I'm unsure of what to make about Lycan right now. Historically, Lycan is not a great player, but he seems to have things figured out a bit more here. Ended up losing to Steady. A lot of people praise Steady as a Madden GOAT. No, did I say he lost to Steady? I am totally looking at this crap wrong. What the heck? I said he lost to Lycan. He didn't. He beat Lycan. Lycan put up a crap ton of points on him. And then he ended up winning against Steady. Huh. That's a huge win. I believe it's theorized, though, that Steady might be tanking. What is Steady's record right now? Let me look at this on Neon Sports. Oh my god, Neon Sports annoys the crap out of me. All right. So Steady is 7-8. So I don't think Steady would be tanking here, right? Like he plays this and trying to get his way into the playoffs because he's would have still definitely been in the playoff hunt here. And he's still flirting with it right now. So Steady definitely would have been balling. And that's a huge win for WV George. 38-16. Like Steady joined the league and there were people that are like, yo, Brad, Steady's the real deal. He needs to be in like the top 10 power rankings. And he had like a 2-win team or something at the time when he joined. So this is a huge win. This is a statement win by WV George. Ended up losing to BKO. Beat Wally. And now he's got Smee. So WV George has wins over players that people are like, this guy is a GOAT. And now he's colliding with Smee, an inconsistent but very smart Madden player, while he's down 2 games. He's basically in like I have to win like every game mode right now. I mentioned that Smee, like I don't feel like Smee has like that it factor, you know? I feel like WV George, right? I feel like WV George is a guy with that clutch factor. I think WV pulls this one out. I think WV beats me. Then in week 17, WV George has got Ice Wade, the new Raiders owner. I don't know. I don't really know anything about Ice. I don't really know anything about Ice at all. So I don't know, man. I don't know what to make of this game. Let's pop over at Ice's schedule. Let's see what he's been able to do. So, oh, snap. All right. So, Rams here. There's a good chance that was probably maybe a force or a force win. I don't know if that actually got played. I don't know. Beat the Patriots owner. The new Patriots owner. Not really a big win. But this year, a 27-17 win over Young Swagger. That is a huge win. That is a significant win. Let's look at the stats for it. Mac went 20 out of 27, 363, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Pickett threw 3 interceptions. 32 yards rushing for the Raiders. Multiple 100-yard receivers. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 players with at least 4 catches. Like, it's nice. But I'm not like, holy crap. Like, looking at the stat lines, right? Like, and like, looking at the stat lines will only get you so far. But looking at the stat lines, like, I don't see anything that's like, holy crap, this guy's amazing, you know? If asked who do I think is going to win, WV George or Ice Wade, right? If asked who I think is going to win that game, I think I have to go with WV George for the same reason I had to go against Quanson, right? Because I got to go with what I know, and what I know is WV George is a solid player who's able to get it done against elite level players, and he has that clutch factor. So, yeah. I think there is a very good chance that Quanson may lose both games. Both games. I think there's a good chance Quanson loses week 16. I think there's a good chance Quanson loses week 17. I think there's a good chance WV George wins week 16. I think there's a good chance WV George wins in week 17. Now, if these two things happen, this creates a unique scenario where WV George will go into week 18 in his home game, right, with an 8-8 record against Cardinals coming into his turf with an 8-8 record. And it basically at that point be winner take all. That's a game that I am really excited for. Like, I hope and I pray that's how it plays out, right? Because, like, that is a super dope scenario. That's the scenario I'm hoping for. And if asked who do I think is going to win, WV George or Quanson, like, I don't feel like this is fair to Quanson because I don't really know anything about Quanson, but WV George is a guy that, like, I'm not going to root against somebody that I don't know anything about. I think WV George is going to win out. I think WV George will win week 16, 17, and 18. And I think ultimately, right, WV George, I think WV George will be representing the NFC West come playoff time. So, we'll see. Okay. So, we mentioned that we would be addressing Jay Dizzle, right? We've kind of been, these last few Illuminati Weeklies, we've kind of been highlighting, right? We've kind of been highlighting and discussing Jay Dizzle. Jay Dizzle, I believe, lost this weekend game, right? He lost this weekend game, but he's still the 1 seed. Still the 1 seed. in the AFC. He lost this week. He only has a one game lead over Buffalo. But let's pull him up and take a look at what he's been up to since last time. Let's pop over here to his schedule. Whew. Man, this has been an absolutely incredible run from Jay Dizzle. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jay Dizzle won 10 games straight. And then fell to Julian here, 31-38. Kind of looking over the run. The run began against Aaron and his Broncos, won 45-7, as he should. He then had the matchup with MacDub. MacDub beats himself up. He's like, I suck. But I think MacDub is a whole lot better than what he gives himself credit for. Jay Dizzle won 28-21 in that one. And then followed up with Estrada, who is a multi-time Super Bowl winner in other leagues. Beat Estrada 38-22. He then had a collision with Smee, right? And Smee was destroyed 42-7. Jay Dizzle then had the collision with Daring. That game he won 55-24. Offense just dominated. Then week 10, he went to Las Vegas. I believe this would have been Buck at the time. Won 43-39. Followed up with Jumper 30-21. Then had I believe this is a game of week collision with Young Swagger. Destroyed Swagger 49-25. Then I believe in another game of the week. Or I don't know if that one was game of the week. I don't think that one was. It might have been. I'm not sure. But had a collision with Dallas in week 13. Destroyed Dallas 49-10. And then in week 15, he had the huge collision with King Nelson, which was kind of dubbed as like the game of the year, right? They were like, Jay Dizzle was the 1 seed in the AFC. King Nelson was the 1 seed in the NFC. Hyped that up big time. And he ended up winning that game 38-31. Watching that game, we commentated that game, and honestly, like, I wasn't like, the run that Jay Dizzle was on was impressive. You cannot deny that run. But this particular game, like, I wasn't impressed at all. Like, I feel like the game bailed him out on multiple times. I say that, though, but he played absolutely excellent defense. Like, I watched the game and remember, like, feeling like King Nelson played a much better game than what Jay Dizzle did. But when you come in and you look at the stats, like, I don't know if the stats agree with like my take while I was watching the game and commentating the game live, because this is impressive. Like, Baker went 20 for 29, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Jonathan Taylor, 16 attempts, 66 yards. I would like to see more production from Jonathan Taylor, but it's whatever. On the other side of the ball, though, this is where it's like Jay Dizzle, right? Like, maybe the strength of Jay Dizzle is his defense. Like, I think that's a thing, because when you look at a bunch of his stats, like, he's putting up all of these points, but his defense is holding the other guy to very limited offense. Kirk Cousins here went 9 for 20, a 45 completion percentage, 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Cook went off. Cook had 138 yards, but yeah, let's pull up some of these other games, right? Let's pull up a collection of them. So let's pull up the one against Estrada, the one against me. Let's check out the one against Young Swagger and the one against Jagoda. Let's see how the opposing quarterbacks fared against them. 14 out of 29 for Estrada. So more of the same. Smee 22. No. What the heck? Skylar Thompson went 2 for 8. Carson Wentz went 2 for 5. Swagger went 12 for 29. Like, Jake Dizzle's holding these guys to such a low. Dak went 4 for 15? What? Okay, let's pull up some of these others. Like, we'll even look at the one against Julian. You know what? No. Screw this. I'm pulling up, like, I'm going to pull up all of his games, and we're going to get the overall, like, this is the completion percentage of the quarterbacks he's played. Let's see. We got to first see which games he actually played. Okay, let me open up a quick notepad real quick. So he played Jaguars, Chiefs, Titans. Jaguars, Titans, Commanders, Patriots, Raiders, Steelers, Cowboys, Vikings, and Chargers. Okay. So we've got all the games. I've got a list of all the games. Let me pull up all of these games. Where the heck did my notepad go? Okay, there it is. What the heck? Where'd the schedule go? We're going to pull up all these games and get the completion percentage of all of them. So, the oh no, that's not what I want. We want the Jacksonville game. We want the Chiefs game. We want the first Titans game. The second Jaguars game. Second Jaguars, second Titans. This Commanders game. Patriots game. Raiders game. Steelers, Cowboys, Vikings, Chargers. Raiders game. Steelers, Cowboys, Vikings, Chargers. All right. Let me, you know what? Let me pull up my notepad on this. We'll get that on screen real quick. Window capture notes. Okay, so let's see. Let's exit out some of these other windows. Okay, so the Chargers here, players. Trevor Lawrence went 15 for 20. Okay, so that was pretty good. Okay. 20 for 31 for Mahomes. $15 for 19. Okay. So maybe like these earlier games looks like guys are passing on them. Second Jaguars collision. 11 for 24. $11 for 24. This second Titans game, 14 for 29. 14 out of 29. Smee went, so what is that? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 4 out of 13. Patriots 9 out of 22. Raiders 20 for 46. Steelers 12 out of 29. This is going to be a lot of math. All right. Cowboys did 4 out of 15. Vikings 9 out of 20. Rams 14 out of 21. Let me pull my notepad back up on this. Window capture, whatever. Let's go back to Jay Dizzle's schedule real quick. So the second Jaguars game. All right. So if we eliminate these games up here, right, and then we eliminate this Chargers game, all of these stats here are from his winning streak, his 10-game winning streak. Those are the stats from the 10-game winning streak. Let's run the numbers, right? Let me put these through a calculator and get the grand total for this crap. So 11 plus 14 plus 4 plus 9 plus 20 plus 12 plus 4 plus 9. 83. 83 out of 24 plus 29 plus 13 plus 22 plus 46 plus 29 plus 15 plus 20. Holy crap. 198. What percentage is 83 out of 198? Let's Google it. What percentage is 83 out of 198? 41%. Jay Dizzle, in his 10-game winning streak, held opposing quarterbacks to a 41 completion percentage. Jay Dizzle, I officially take back everything I have said. I take back everything I have said, and I apologize for every time I did not pick you. This statistic here from your 10-game winning streak is absolutely amazing. Jay Dizzle, I need you to slide into my DMs and tell me how to do this, okay? Slide in my DMs, tell me how to do this, okay, man? If you can replicate what you did during these 10 games, during the playoffs, our first Super Bowl champion will be the Colts. And I mean, like, this is just like, this is an amazing statistic. This is an amazing statistic, my guy. Like, I don't even know what to say. I'm not sure what happened with Julian. I don't know, man. Like, things fall apart. I don't know. That's a tough loss. It is what it is. But yeah, man, I need you to teach me how to play defense. That's ridiculous. I mean, one game, like, it's a fluke, right? 2 games, 3 games. I mean, this is like in the 10-game stretch. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You played 8 out of the 10 games in that 10-game stretch, and you held opposing quarterbacks to a 41 completion percentage. Like, this isn't like a random one-off game. This is 10 freaking games. This is 10 games, and you held 10 quarterbacks, 10 players, so 41 completion percentage. That's wow. I am beyond impressed. That is, yeah. GG's, my guy. Yeah, guys. This time tomorrow, we will be in week 16, I think. The season is winding down. Next time we come at it for one of these Illuminati Weeklies, it will officially be a playoff edition. This first season has been an amazing run. It has been an amazing run, and we're gonna have many more amazing seasons. But like, I can't thank you guys enough for just being a part of this amazing journey. And I can't wait for playoffs. Like, it is going to be a blast. We are going to kill it. We are going to try and commentate every single game in the playoffs. That's the goal. That's the objective. We're going to try and do the Super Bowl up good. 100% the Super Bowl will be commentated. If that means that we have to prolong the advance for a freaking week, we're going to prolong the advance for a freaking week. Like, that won't be necessary. Like, we'll be able to coordinate the schedules pretty easily, but it will be commentated. So, yes, I can guarantee the Super Bowl will be commentated. We're going to aim to commentate all of the other playoff games. But yeah. It's like 2:30 here my time, so I'm tired, guys. I'm getting off here. I'm going to bed. I love you guys. You guys have a great week. Those of you still in the playoff hunt, good luck. To those of you not in the playoff hunt, right? Like, it's the end of the season, okay? It's the end of the season. Like, a lot of guys, like, you're out and you're like, yeah, whatever. Like, we like, you look at the scheduling channel of some of the games in this advance, like, you clearly see that, right? Like, if you're out and your game means nothing, like, I don't care. But if you're out and your game means something, if you're out and the person you're playing, like, they're like, the win matters to them and they're in the playoff hunt, like, don't throw in the towel and be like, yeah, whatever, man, I'm done, take the force win. No, don't freaking give out the win. Step up to the plate, man up, play your game, and don't be like, I'm gonna suck for a draft pick. Don't freaking do that. Make your opponent earn it. Like, week 18, I've got Evo. I mean, he's probably gonna win, but like, the game doesn't mean anything for me. Actually, it does mean something. If I lose, I have a better draft pick, and like, that's gonna matter. Like, that's gonna matter. The win loss there, it's gonna matter. It's gonna affect my draft stock immensely, because like, you bump from like the 3rd overall pick to like the 6th overall pick, like, that's a big drop. Like, that's a huge decrease in pick value, right? But I guarantee you, I'm not going to lay down, and I'm going to play as hard as I can play, and I'm going to do my best. I love Evo. Like, I love Evo. If you held a gun to my head and be like, Brad, if like you're biased, who's your favorite person in the league that we should watch for bias on? Like, I'd probably say Evo. Evo's my guy. I love Evo, but I'm not gonna lay down and I'm not gonna give him the win. I'm gonna make him earn it. I'm slowly getting better, and my goal is to give Evo a loss in week 18. Like that is my goal. I'm going to do it. Him and I have an agreement on the table. That agreement is the winner of that game will be able to like pick the other person's avatar, right? So like if I lose, I think Evo's going to make my avatar make my avatar Dr. Eggman. Like I think that's his plan. But that's not going to happen because I'm going to give him an L. I'm going to give Evo an L in week 18. Doesn't mean anything for me, but it means something for him, and it means something for all of the teams in the playoffs. Like that's going to immensely, like Evo could potentially be fighting for the 1 seed, right? Evo could potentially be fighting for the 1 seed, and also potentially you got Young Swagger coming up behind him fighting for that top AFC spot. And then like if something happens where like say that Swagger is able to take the number 1 spot in the AFC North, like his Evo's win loss there, it's gonna matter immensely in determining like wild card positionings, right? Like if you're out and it means nothing for you, but it means something for your opponent, it means something for the playoff position. Like don't tank. Don't lay down. Schedule your game. Play your game. Make the guys earn it. Like there's nothing like put yourself in the shoes, right? Put yourself in the shoes of that guy that's fighting for a playoff spot, right? Like put yourself in the shoes of the guy who's fighting for a playoff spot. And then the guy in front of you is handed the playoff spot because their opponent is a bum and they suck and they're out and it means nothing for them. They're like, whatever, man, take the win. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Play your game. Play your game. If it means something, play it. And like if it means something, you're like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. Like be prepared to be roasted because you're gonna be roasted. And like legitimately, like there's a chance like if there are people that do that, like there legitimately there's a chance like I just may boot you. Like you just might get booted. Like it's a possibility. Like don't be giving someone like playoff positioning for free. Make them earn it. On that note, I love you. Bye.